Hi everyone, welcome back to another segment of KISS, Keep It Simple Sylvia. Well, I was having so much fun when I made this cute little booklet out of the ID badge holders that I just had to just do something else. They were just too much fun. So what I ended up doing is we're going to make a wreath. And I decided to fill each one of the ID badge holders that I have with some designer paper. And basically, you don't have to have front and back designer paper, but the ones that I use just so happen to have that. So I cut the sizes. The larger badge holder measures 4 inches by 2 3/4, and then I cut them basically all out of one sheet of 12 by 12 designer paper. That's all I had to use for that, and I still had some left over. And then on the medium size ID badge holders, this measures 3 3/4 by 2 1/2, and these are the ones that open up completely and just have a lanyard opening and no chain openings on it. And then I just filled them up with this paper. And once again, this was a 12 by 12 sheet of designer paper. I got it out of a pack, K and Company, and I just took some pages out of it because they all coordinate together, and I wanted it to be pretty flowery. So I just pulled one sheet, 3 different sets of papers out, and they all coordinate beautifully together. Then, like I said, I cut them up, and like one sheet will do it. And then this one is the smaller ID badge holder, and this one measured 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. So once again I just cut them up and stuck it in here, and then I filled every single one that I had. And now we're going to make a wreath. In order to make a wreath, we have to have a something circular. And so I just cut a piece of cardboard from a box that I had. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put a layer of Aleene's Tack-It over and over again down. I'm just going to seal this whole thing with this glue. And the reason I'm going to do that is these ID badge holders are nice heavy duty plastic, and they're going to just stick down because this is tack it over and over again. And when I don't want this color in, like this is for summer, and if I want to do a fall one, all I have to do is take the tag up and put a different piece of designer paper in and then put it down again. It's going to be so easy to do. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread some of this glue all over, and I'm going to use a you know those credit cards that you get in the mail that are soliciting your business. Well, that's what I'm going to use to spread it around with. And so I'm just going to put a nice coat down. And just get that all spread around nice. This stuff is nice and tacky. You just get this in any of the craft areas, you know, like at Joann's or Michael's or wherever. A lot of times you have to find this in the fabric area where you do fabric arts. It's not always in where you would expect to find scrapbooking glue. And then I'm just going to let this dry, and then we'll start building our wreath once it gets all dry. I just love to have wreaths hanging. And the nice thing about those ID badge holders too is because they are plastic, which means they're waterproof, which means they will hold up in any kind of, basically any kind of weather. So that's another added plus about them. They're just so versatile, and I'm finding that I can just make a lot of things with them. Okay, so we're just going to set this aside and let it dry, and I'll be back. Okay, let's begin laying these down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the largest ones. And the largest ones are 1815-1200, and they measure 4.5 by 3.5. And I'm just going to lay them down and have them stick a little bit out. And if I have to reposition them, I can. Okay, I've got this first layer down, and I've got them equally spaced all the way around as best I could. And what I'm going to do is and when you put this first layer down, make sure that you put the side that has got the opening so you can slide your paper in and out when you want to change it. This one is stuck down really pretty good because that stuff is so tacky. Now I'm going to use the next size, which is 1840-5015, and I'm going to put it in between, and I'm going to make sure that I cover up this part of the cardboard. And once again, these don't have that separate opening. They'll go straight to the edge, so it doesn't matter which way you lay them down. It's just whatever side up facing that you want. And just keep laying these down. Okay, so then we got that row done, and now I'm just going to continue with what's left of these, and then I'll use the next size. Maybe I'll stagger them. So now I'm going to come in a little bit. And I'm just staggering the sizes here. And you see I'm overlapping them too. That's so that they'll fit on the cardboard here. And the way I'm putting them down is I don't want to see any cardboard through any of these. Okay, and now we're going to go with the next round. And just keep pressing them down. Until you get them all in the way you want them. There we go. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to put, you know, some kind of bow or something in the center here. And then when it's time to change these out, I'll just lift them up and pull the paper out. Isn't that adorable? And it's weatherproof. I love that. Okay, I'm going to come up with some kind of centerpiece and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my bow made. Isn't that cute? I just used I found some ribbon in my stash that had, same kind of colors as what was in here. And I just layered them. And all I did to glue this on was I just used score tape and I just put it on the ribbon and I just stuck the ribbons down and so they can easily be pulled off because the score tape will pull off of this plastic coating here. And then I had some leaves and I just cut them, some silk leaves, and I just cut them out and I used score tape to glue them down there too. Isn't that cute? I love that. And then I'll get this hung up on my door and I'll take a picture of it so you can see how cute this is. Thank you for joining me on this segment of KISS, Keep It Simple Sylvia, and I hope you enjoyed this clever little idea using these ID badge holders to make yourself a wreath. And like I said, you can change, you can pull these up and you can change out the papers. One thing that I did find that works also is glue dots. If you just use glue dots to put these down, then you only need one or two on the back. You don't need a whole lot, and they pull up real easily. Well, bye for now. Thank you.